Respect. Now your genuine love respect page. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day. Have a safe week. Protect your energy because not everybody's having your time. You know, respect is a two-way street. And respecting your neighbor is part of God's plan. And I say that respectfully. Some may not agree, and majority will agree. You know, especially when you're a child of God and you don't gotta fake gaslight nobody because you're tuned into God and God is tuned into you. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because moments. You know, it's the mindset for me. When respecting your neighbor was part of God's plan. Not go against your neighbor, but to uplift each other in a healthy way, to understand that I don't have to have malicious intentions to bring harm towards you and others around me. I can stay in my lane and understand that God is working in my favor, and I can stay in my lane to elevate and become my best self version of myself. I can understand the concept that my neighbor is not going to like me. That's okay. But neighbor, never judge a book by its cover. And neighbor, be mindful when you come out of character to somebody that doesn't have this intentions towards you, let alone the same thing towards you, because you're looking for a reaction. When someone is staying in their lane to elevate, become their best self versus themselves. Because you're miserable with them being miserable and you don't understand yourself today. It's called respecting your neighbor, but staying in your lane. You don't have to like your neighbor. But you're in your own lane and your neighbor's in their lane. Nobody's having miscommunication with anyone, but you're staying in your lane. To understand that it was God's protection direction, to understand that respecting your neighbor was part of God's plan. It's the mindset for me. Life happens to everybody. And I say that respectfully, because you don't know when is your time. And I say that respectfully. When you get a fair share hand of, you got to reevaluate your thought process. You know, everybody's situation may be different. When your time comes, you will understand the definition as to you need to reevaluate your thought process. But never wait till it's too late. Because waiting until it's too late, you're not going to be able to identify what's going on, what's going on. Because you're going to be so stuck on why, and not understand why you're going through what you're going through. Regardless if you knew somebody, it don't matter how long of a time period. And I say this respectfully. When you come across somebody and life is happening to them, it's not your moment to have a shine and bring them down because you think your situation is better and you don't even know half of it, what's about to happen to you. It's the mindset for me. How people are quick to sit here and judge someone's situation because they may be homeless today, or they don't have family, or they don't have that reliable source at the end of the day. How quick someone is to bring someone down. But you wouldn't want someone to overlook you. It's the mindset for me. You know, because life happens to all of us, to the best of us at the end of the day. When you least expect it, it's time for me. You know, with time comes change. With change comes growth. And with growth comes true understanding of self and respecting your neighbor. But you can't respect yourself to respect your neighbor if you don't respect yourself. It's the mindset for me. Life happens to everybody. And what may be happening in your book at the end of the day may not be happening in the next person's book. You may be dealing with homelessness. The next person may be dealing with a sickness. Or, let alone, life itself. But that person who's dealing with homelessness at the end of the day still knows how to respect their neighbor compared to a person who has a home on a roof over their head. And they don't have to pick and choose who they're going to respect in the day. They respect everyone. It's not a one-sided situation where, okay, well, I'm going to be nice to this person today, I'm going to be nice to this person today. Nah, it's a two-way street when it comes to respect. And then when life happens to this person at the end of the day, going from being homeless and whatever name to your book as you trying to overcome these challenges in your life during your journey, but you're just becoming your best self vision of yourself, to elevate, to understand that it's a temporary situation because you allow it to be. And because you allow a temporary situation to be a temporary situation, they can't get in tune to who you are. But they were so quick to disrespect you, regardless if it was family, stranger in the street, or associate. It's the mindset for me when someone tries to play you close and manipulate your character for something that you're truly not. When they overlooked you, instead of getting to know you. When they pass judgment, instead of getting to know you and respect you for who you truly are. Because not one time or shape or form you had any animosity towards them, let alone disrespect them in any shape or form. But they knew how to take your kindness or weakness. It's the mindset for me. Because if you was in that situation of that innocent person at the end of the day, you know, your neighbor, you would want someone to make sure that you're okay. Regardless if you have folks around you at the end of the day or not. It's called respect and someone acknowledging you. It's the mindset for me. You know, they say it takes a village to raise a child. But it takes a community to uplift one each other to make that village make sense. It's the mindset for me. Who runs the village, not controls it. When you have equal rights and peace within and respect within each other, to respect your neighbor, that a community could be built on respecting each other and stopping the violence. Never part of God's time in any way. It was the enemy's problem. The enemy caused that. The enemy allows you to believe going against your neighbor, having violence on top of violence, hurting each other, was part of their plan. That was never part of God's plan. God said respect your neighbor, to respect yourself, so we can live in peace and respect each other, not go against each other, having controlling issues because the enemy says it's okay to go against your neighbor. That was never part of God's plan, to go against your neighbor. God didn't create that. God is only trying to fix that. It's the mindset for me. You should be able to go into a decent comfort zone of your comfort zone and be at peace with yourself and be able to sit around people you love and care about and be at peace with yourselves. To understand that you don't have to worry about violence coming to attack you. You don't have to worry about who wants to pick and choose to psych you out your thought process or your freedom or your pockets today. It's the mindset for me. Why can't I not respect my neighbor respect me? Regardless of I'm having a trying time in my life or not. I could be up today, down tomorrow. You know how the situation go, God forbid. But when God places you in certain situations, God's allowing you to see that you can become your best self, vision of yourself, to respect your neighbor, to understand the assignment. The violence is never part of the crime. Violence is never part of the crime. I respect you, you respect me. The enemy allows you to believe that crime was supposed to be part of the time. Why so? Because the enemy doesn't want to see you respect each other. The enemy doesn't want to see you at peace with yourselves or others around you, that you can actually communicate without going against each other. It's the mindset for me. How they want you to be so out of tune, that's to respecting each other, to respect yourself, to respect your neighbor, to be in the person's stages or moments of your life and dealing with anxiety, PTSD, you put a name to your book, all these type of unhealthy sicknesses at the end of the day, to allow you to believe that you're not worthy of yourself, to elevate, become your best self, vision of yourself. And then when you get yourself situated together, at the end of the day, they're not understanding how you did it. You done overcame being homeless. You done overcame domestic violence. You done overcame violence. You overcame sicknesses. You put a name to your book, how you elevated. With God's protection, every direction, with God's on your side. They're not going to understand the person that was laughing at you. The person that took you as a joke. The person that overlooked you. The person that took your kindness for weakness. The person that manipulated your character something that truly wasn't. Now they're not. They're not in tune with themselves to understand how you became your best self vision of yourself. But it was part of God's plan when your steps is already ordered. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely love all the right people. You are genuinely respect all the right people. And you to reach your respect during 65 days with no misintentions to bring harm towards yourself and those around you. Protect your energy because everybody's every your time. Never allow the enemy or hate in disguise or a person with malicious intentions psych you out your thought process on your freedom or your eyesight or your pockets in the day. You know, they would try to fake gaslight you, act like they so in tune with God, and the whole entire time they try to manipulate your character, psych out your thought process, psych out your freedom, and psych out your eyesight in your pockets, and manipulate your character and bring harm towards you. Be careful, protect your energy, because everybody's over your time. I should appreciate this time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day, have a safe week. Protect your energy, because everybody's over your time. Not your genuine love, respect. Love yourself with God's protection every direction. Have a good day. Later. It's the thought process for me. Love yourself with God's protection.